So I really wanted to make this before we left for Taiwan, but unfortunately I got really lazy right before we left. So instead of making food during that time, we just kind of got a lot of takeout. Well anyhow, I bought this under the guise that I was gonna use it, and I think now's the time. We're just gonna make some dumplings. So I think what the recipe's calling for is you kind of just mix all the ingredients together into a mush and then put it into a dumpling and then make these dumplings. We're actually doing a lot more off-the-book things. We don't actually have napa because when I was shopping at the supermarket today, I didn't have the book with me and I kind of just assumed we had it, but we don't. So instead, I'm gonna be using quinoa salad, which is definitely not something that you're supposed to use, but I want to really try it. I am gonna try to see if I can follow all of these, but like I said, we're doing quite a lot of remixing of things here to actually make dumplings. Alright, so you can see me in the reflection, that's cool. Actually, I'm gonna skip on the pork now just because I'm gonna make this a bit more veggie friendly, so I'm gonna put the vegetarian stuff in first. This part is definitely bad, so we're not gonna use that. This part is not so great. They say 1 carrot, but I'm trying to be very healthy and vegetarian about this, so I'm gonna use 2 carrots. These are looking kind of old. I feel like if I put them back, they're gonna go bad. So why don't I just use them? Okay, after that, thinly sliced, we're gonna do 1.5 cups of thinly sliced cabbage. We're gonna be using quinoa salad instead. We're gonna do 1.5 cups. So we're gonna go, this is a 1/4 cup. It's 25, 50, 75, 1 cup, 125, and 150. Next up, 3 garlic cloves. I still have a lot of this garlic sauce left, so I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use it. We've been using it for every other recipe we've had. This, I think, would amount to around 3-ish of garlic, so I'm gonna just dump this in there. Since it's almost out, I'm just gonna use some water, rinse it out, and pour it in there. I really don't like wasting stuff, so this is my solution. Clean. After the garlic, we're gonna do a 1-inch piece of ginger peeled and grated. So I'm not sure how much that is, and I don't really have ginger here because I guess the theme of this one is just compromising on the ingredients. The wife does have ginger as a marmalade and also ginger syrup. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dump a little bit of this in there. There's very strong ginger. 1 inch of ginger seems like quite a lot, so and then why not? There's ginger marmalade here, so I'm gonna take a whole bunch of this. Stuff in there. Okay, after that we have 1 large egg, and I have never been faulted for using more eggs than was required, so I'm gonna put 2 in there. That's 1. I don't have that much soy sauce, but I am going to use up all of this. So, I guess in you go. Now that's definitely not enough soy, so I'm also going to use this. I'm hoping that is going to make a big difference. But who knows? We'll just have to see. 2 tablespoons. This is 1 tablespoon. This is so good. Every time sesame oil is involved, it just makes everything smell so much better. That's 1. that looks like enough powder. I have this one random red powder, which I think is a little bit of cumin that I kind of like, and a lot of things I have. I'm just gonna throw this in here. I have no idea what this is. So this is a mystery sauce, or mystery spice. And I'm using it because I honestly just don't care anymore. I actually have one more ingredient I want to use. That is the humble onion. Now we just have to mix all of these together. Currently what we have is the dumpling filling. 300 and something grams is basically 12 ounces. I have here 710 kilograms, which means it's going to be a little bit over half for all of this. Take this huge chunk, dump it in here. Actually, now that I think about it, should I just use all of it? Why not? I really don't care. With very, very, very high levels of apathy. As you can clearly tell by my many iterations of switching things up here. Asline, I'm gonna have to sit for this one because the one thing I do know that's gonna happen is we're gonna take a very long time to finish all of these. So I have a big sheet here, and I have here a jar of water. This jar is from the garlic that we just finished using. I also have here the dumpling skins. And finally, of course, we have our chaotic mess of meat and just whatever else is in the fridge at the moment, basically. So the plan is I'm gonna use my fingers, dip them in the water, make a little bit of a round circle at the corner of the dumpling paper, plug a little bit of meat in there, and then close it, and that's it. That's just how I make dumplings. A little change in plans. Inner filling of the dumplings, I put it in the fridge behind me, because the wife has some plans that is kind of time sensitive right now. So I'm gonna go join her for that, and then finish up the dumplings later tonight. It's kind of a good thing that she called me when she did, because we haven't gotten started yet, and the innards could sit in the fridge for a little bit. That's not a huge concern.
The trick is scoop some, put it on a plate, and microwave it, because it cooks it, and then just test it and make sure it's like yummy.
Do you want to try it?
What do you mean?
You'll find out once you taste it.
What did you do?
I think you're in for a surprise if you taste it.
You put quinoa in there?
Yeah.
What?
Quinoa salad.
Oh, no. It's fine. I think everything else just hides the quinoa. Yeah, why is it sweet?
It's probably your ginger paste
Yeah,
marmalade thing.
That marmalade is hot for this. For sure.
Okay, so turns out I really needed to buy more dumpling paper because there's still quite a lot left. Okay, so my mom back in the day had this way of cooking dumplings, and I'm pretty sure it's not the right way to cook it, but it is a quick and easy way of cooking it. So I'm gonna try that for our first batch of the dumplings and then see how far we get. Her, the way to cook it was just use a little bit of oil. Just use olive oil because this was nearby. We're gonna put the dumpling on here. that's pretty much it. When this starts to sizzle, then I dump water onto here, and I close the gap on it for a little bit. After the gap's closed on it, it should start to steam quite a bit, and that basically is a oil, kind of boil on the bottom, and then a steaming of everything else nearby. Leave that for a little bit of time, should be cooked through. And that's just one batch. And I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. I'm just gonna make things really spicy for a little bit, but then right afterwards, it's going to submerge everything. And when it's submerged, put it on there. This way for the dumplings, on the bottom you have a pan-fried texture, and on the top part it's pretty much steamed. Oh, that is so good. It's aromatic. At this point, we leave the air open just because it's gonna burn through the entirety of the water, and then after the water's done, take it out, and that's one batch of the dumplings done. Oh, that smells so good. I have no idea what I did, but I'm hoping it tastes as it smells. The only thing I have to be careful now is that as the water boils away, just know that the oil has all been diluted as well. So you want it to not stick too much to the pan. You shouldn't really if you pan fried it correctly, because the bottom would be kind of... So, I know it looks a little ugly, but that's because I don't think I timed this right. The bottom should kind of look like that. It's like a little bit brown and a little bit crispy, so it's a little hard. And then the top part should be squishy because it's pretty much steamed. So it's like, it's just hard to get the timing right, I think. Run a taste test on this. Okay, it tastes like it smells, which is actually really good. This is actually genuinely pretty good. I'm really surprised by that. I have no idea what the mystery spice is, but it works. There's a little bit of sweetness in here, but I think Jenny and I figured out that it's probably from the ginger marmalade thingamajig that I was putting in here. I'm just gonna mark this book. We kind of have a problem here because nothing here looks good enough to plate, really. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do a quick once over with the finished product, especially the few I think I did actually fry properly. I'll show a little few shots of just the actual dumplings that are still need to be cooked, and I'll show you the current dumplings that are being cooked. And I think that's going to be it for today. So here's the not so appetizing looking dumplings, but the back part here is actually a little bit on the harder side. You can see it kind of jiggles in a uniform way. And that's just the pan-fried side of it. The top part here is very squishy. So if I squeeze here, you can see it just kind of moves in a bit. So it's a little bit harder on the bottom, a bit more soft on the side, on the top. I'm not pro at this, so this still looks really, really bad, but hey, I get all of that to really try to make it work. Here's the current dumplings being cooked. They puff up a little bit for the majority of it, but it is what it is. I know it doesn't look very organized or tasty, but it actually really, really is. And here are the ones that are going to go in afterwards. The rest of this is basically me just cooking the rest of them, and I don't think that's that interesting, so I'll probably leave it at that, but yeah. This is the next dish. Yeah, I don't think I can find an angle that really makes this look that appetizing. It is delicious though. You just have to take my word for it.